Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Today we're going to talk about the forecast for the ox in the year of the wood snake. So we're going to look at all the auspicious and inauspicious energies that may be entering your life if you have the ox in the chart and what you can do about it. All right. So first things first, of course, you will have to plot your Bazi chart. So you can go to this link here and I will also post it in the description to the video. Now, you don't necessarily need to know your time of birth for this, but it's always better to do so because then the chart becomes much, much more accurate. And once you've plotted your chart, as you can see here, we've got 4 pillars. So we've got a year pillar, we've got a month pillar, a day pillar, and an hour pillar. And each one of them is associated with an animal sign. So the animal sign of the year, which is what most people refer to when they're looking at a forecast for the next year, is not the only one that you need to focus on. So this person here is born in the year of the tiger, in the month of the dragon, on a rat day, and in a snake hour. So you can have up to 4 different animal signs in your chart, and they are all equally as important. So we need to look at all of them to get a big picture of what you can expect in the year 2025, the year of the wood snake. So if you have the ox anywhere in your chart, not just the year, then this reading or this forecast applies to you. Now, obviously, depending on where it appears in your chart, it will take on different meanings. So if it appears in the year, so if you're born in the ox year, then the energies that are coming in the year of the wood snake will affect your wider circle of friends. It will have to do with your distant relatives, with your network, your industry. Basically your wider network. It could also be your social media following. So all of this is represented by the year pillar. Now, the month pillar, or if you have the ox in the month, this then has to do with your work environment, with your career, with the way you make money. So whether you're an employee or a business owner, the way you make money, that is all represented in a month. It's also your office environment, your general work environment, your colleagues. And from a family perspective, this would be your parents. Now, if you have the ox in the day, then this has more to do with yourself, your person. So your personal health and wellness, whether that's mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual. Your overall well-being is represented by a day pillar, but also the relationships you have with your spouse or with your significant other. It could also indicate relationships with very, very close family members or your best friends, the ones that you consider family, even though they may not be biological family. And then lastly, the hour. So if you have the ox in the hour, then this has more to do with your ambitions, your dreams, your aspirations, all those goals that you have for the year. If you have children, then this has to do with your children. So the forecast then relates more to what's going on between you and your children. If you do not have children, again, dreams, aspirations, goals, but also your investments. Yeah, because this is something that you create. So depending on where this ox appears in your chart, it will affect different aspects of your life. So take note of where it appears, and then we are going to take a look at what sort of energies are actually affecting you in 2025. Now, as you can see here, the ox does have 1 auspicious stars and then quite a number of inauspicious stars. And what very, very often happens is that people focus very much on the inauspicious stars and they're like, oh my God, there's nothing good coming into my life in 2025. And they completely forget about the auspicious energy that is coming in. Also, the more energy you put into the inauspicious stars, the more obviously they're going to manifest. Yeah, where focus goes, energy goes. So you need to make sure, very simply put, that you simply avoid activities that are associated with the inauspicious stars. If you can do that, you basically neutralize them, and then you have nothing to worry about. Conversely, you focus all your energy on this auspicious star that is there with the ox and make maximum use of it. And that way you can balance these things, even though it on the surface looks a little bit more negative than positive, but you can eliminate the negativity altogether, or at least mostly. All right, so let's take a look. The elegant seal star, which is an auspicious star, is one that can bring you money or financial opportunities from creative and artistic skill sets. So not only are you actually blessed with more creativity in 2025 than in any other year, so maybe you have creative ideas suddenly coming in, but you also have the ability to monetize these ideas. So for those of you who are already in an artistic field, maybe you're a designer or a writer or anything like that, maybe you're in PR and marketing, that's also considered artistic and creative skills or industries. You will be doing well, because this star will make you more creative and it helps you make money from it. Now, if you're not in any of these industries, but you would like to make use of this star, then learn a creative skill. It's a great year to do so. Go for something that you're passionate about, and if it somehow relates to your work, even better. Yeah, surely there's something that you can learn, a certain skill that you can brush up on that brings more creativity in your actual work. So it would be a great year to learn that, because ultimately down the road, this will make you money, or this will help you command a better salary, for example. Now, as for the inauspicious stars, the Sky Cry star usually indicates that you tend to be super emotional this year for no good reason. Yeah. Nothing actually needs to happen. You're just very, very emotional, and you need to just learn to manage your emotions better. Do something to just have like an emotional outlet. Yeah, maybe go for a martial arts class, or go hiking, or do something where you can just let off steam without actually confusing other people who may not be able to understand why you are so emotional. Now, the yellow flag star is one that brings the chance for negative situations or events. In the old days, it would indicate funerals, but nowadays this is not really associated with funerals that much anymore. So it's more like negative events or situations where you're just feeling a little bit unhappy. So in a modern context, it has more to do with you feeling sort of lost because you've wasted a lot of time on something that hasn't really grown you, or that doesn't really serve you. And because of that, at the end of the year, you feel like you've wasted a lot of time, and you feel like I was all for nothing. So basically, look at what you're doing, and look at what you're wasting time on. Yeah, there's so many people who are just spending hours after hours after hours on Facebook, just scrolling through things. And unless this is actually something to do with your work, it's not really productive. So you need to learn to like pull yourself away from these activities, and instead do something that you really want to do, that helps you achieve what you want to achieve. So identify all those time wasters and then cut them out of your life. And that way you are not going to question yourself at the end of the year and think, oh my God, I just wasted an entire year on nothing. So that's the yellow flag. It's just negative emotions that come up, or negative situations that sort of turn your mood a little bit toxic. Then we've got the Sky Warrior. The Sky Warrior energy brings a lot of competition. So it seems like everything becomes more aggressive around you, and it seems like everybody wants to pick a fight. So if you have this in your month pillar, it seems suddenly that work becomes much, much more competitive, and you tend to get into more arguments with your coworkers, for example, and everybody wants to fight with you or pick a fight with you. Now, competitive situations are not necessarily all that bad. You just need to be better yourself, right? The better you are, the more likely it is that you are actually going through this competitive situation and you end up on top. So you yourself need to become a little bit more competitive, but do it wisely. Yeah, do it in a way that makes you a better person, and don't just pick fights for no good reason. That definitely will not help at all. And together with the white tiger, especially, this is also important because the white tiger also brings competitiveness. There's sort of like an aggression in the air, that can make you feel a little bit uneasy, because you may have to actually step up and fight for what is yours. So again, in a work context, this could mean that if you are eyeing a promotion, you will have to fight for it. You can't just expect that it's going to fall into your lap. You have to step up. You have to show that you're the right person. You have to really, really go and get it, fight for that promotion, and then you will get it. So this is, especially when the sky warrior and the white tiger appear together, can be a little bit uncomfortable, especially if you're a person who normally doesn't really speak up or is too assertive. Yeah, but this is the year to be assertive and speak up. Now, the white tiger can also indicate small injuries and accidents, mostly due to sports. So just be a little bit careful with that, and maybe no extreme sports. And then lastly, we've got the Drape's star. The Drape star, again, in the old times, when Bazi was first created or invented, it indicated the possibility of a death in the family among distant relatives. Yeah, so not close family, not the immediate households. So that could happen, but I would say don't be too alarmed. In today's society, it means more, it's more of a sign for you to go for an early checkup. Yeah, in the old times, it was very, very easy to succumb to an illness, like even if it was just a sore throat or, a flu or a cold. And so when these stars showed up, that was quite a negative thing. Nowadays, with medicine being so advanced, we don't really look at this necessarily as a death in the family or a death in the immediate or among distant relatives. It's more a sign of, okay, you know what, go for a checkup. If there's anything wrong with you health-wise, then just get it out of the way right away and get some medical advice. So don't be too alarmed about these. These are just sort of like warning signs and telling you, okay, maybe look a little bit closer at your health this year to make sure that you are okay. All right. So this is the forecast for the ox in the year of the wood snake. I hope this helps you guys to plan a little bit better, making sure that you make the most of this year. And as always, if you have any comments, any questions, please put them in the comments below. I'm always happy to hear from you. And if you would like to have a reading with me, a more comprehensive reading where we're going to look at absolutely everything, not just the animal signs, but everything in your chart as it relates to the wood snake, then get in touch with me. My email is in the description to the video. And in the meantime, I'd be really grateful if you could give this video a big thumbs up and share it with anybody who you know who maybe have the ox in the chart, maybe born in the year of the ox, is interested in this sort of content. And please subscribe to my channel. That would be fantastic. All right. See you guys soon. Take care.